Emiliel. I said it. Honor to the Supreme Grand Sheik, Debunking, for enlightening people about the existence of a Emiliel. So let me welcome y'all to the Moorish Science Temple of America Ideal. This is the Moorish Science Temple of America Ideal. What do I mean by that? I am one who believes in this way. You don't have to believe in the way that I believe, but this is the way that I believe. I don't think the Moorish Science Temple of America will come under one sole leadership at this time. I don't believe that. The reason why I don't believe that, because I believe that the lines have been blurred so much that there is so many options and there is so many people claiming to be this, that, and the other, that I don't believe that people going to drop the person that pulled them out of the mud, that dropped the person that pulled them out of the mud and latch on to another person. I don't believe that. So that's why I say, welcome to the Moorish Science Temple of America Ideal. The unity is going to come from an idealistic point of view that's going to transcend grand body lines, which means unity is going to start right here. But first, we must understand that in order to move in the direction of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, we first must understand the lessons or the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We must have an understanding of Prophet Noble Drew Ali and how he moved in order to move with the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Let me give you something real quick, news flash. Prophet Noble Drew Ali is alive and well. And when I say alive and well, don't get spooked out. Prophet Noble Drew Ali are touching the hearts of people every day. Every day. He is moving people in the direction as it was intended. Every day. And I'm telling you, what's going to happen, and this is a prediction, if you will, what's going to happen, there is going to be a group of Moors. There is going to be a group of Moors that endeavor to do exactly what the prophet did. And when they endeavor to do what the prophet did, the people will get behind them. As of today, there is not a sound group of Moors that is endeavoring to do what the prophet did. That's right, I said it. Now, when I say a group, I'm not talking about individual temples. Individual temples are doing amazing things. You know, temple number 11, amazing. Heru Benisi, amazing. Temple 19 in Atlanta, amazing. What's my brother up there in Detroit, Fuquan Bay, amazing. Whatever the case may be, we got amazing things that are going on. Yet, the group that you are a part of must move together as a family in order to receive the total benefits of being a Moorish American Muslim within the construct of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying that until people are moving like the prophet, absolutely, Alinde L, shout out to Alinde L. Until people are moving like the prophet, no one, the nation will not get behind them. It's going to be fragmented. It's going to be fragmented. So tonight, what I am going to do, I will endeavor to explain to you how the prophet moved by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's own words. And I will encourage anybody and everybody to take a look at this closely. Now, let me give a disclaimer. A lot of these articles that I am going to bring out will be articles from the Moorish Guide. Why am I using articles from the Moorish Guide? The reason I'm using articles from the Moorish Guide is because there was a time when these articles was hidden from the public. meaning that when the prophet passed form, a lot of this stuff was not out in the public. And recently, because of social media, there has been an emergence of people examining bits and pieces as opposed to examining the whole thing. And so I want to examine some of the articles of the whole thing. Why? Because these are the articles that was most likely dictated to Pearl Drew Ali by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali himself to be submitted to the Moorish God. Now, most people will probably say, well, brother, that was then and this is now. Well, it is my understanding that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, his teachings is reflective of a prophecy, meaning that whatever he said, my words are spirit. Whatever he said, it is going to transcend the test of time if we know what he said in totality. So, family, if you are interested in the Moorish Science Temple of America, it is in your best interest to look for those who are imitating the prophet, who are doing exactly what the prophet did. And now I'm going to show you what the prophet did so you know what to look for. I'm going to show you what the prophet did. Don't get caught up in all the smooth talk. Don't get caught up in all the agitative, angry, crazy talk. Let's watch and let's see what the prophet did. Let's get to it. I had some problem with the technical difficulties, so let's get to it. We're going to get right into it. We ain't going to play with it tonight. Now, first of all, y'all know that many people want to try to believe that your brother Tahaka Bey has a problem with the brother Taj Tariq Bey. When in actuality, family, I don't have a problem with this brother. I don't have no problem with this brother at all. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I do not have a problem with this brother is because this is not a personal battle between me, Taj, or me and anybody that deals with or practices or what they say to be Moorish science. This is about getting to the truth. So if I use some of the information, or I rebut, if you will, if I rebut some of the information that Taj Tariq teaches, that's not coming at Taj. That's coming at his information. If I look at some of the information that Cujo teach, or anybody that teach the Moorish national ideal, if I rebut that, that's not coming at Cujo personally. It's not coming at Taj personally. It's coming at the information. And now, when there comes a time when we cannot address the information that is in the public, we are at a sad state. If I address the information that is in public and you want to call me out my name, we are at a sad state. But you're going to have to get some new names because I'm going to keep on doing it. I am going to put the information that was taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali up against the information that is out on the airways. That's just what it is. Call me what you want. Call me an agent. You want to bust my head? Okay. You hit me in the mouth? Okay. Whatever. Go and do that. Because anyway, I am going to put the true and live teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali next to the misinformation. I will forever do it. So get used to it. It is what it is. Get used to it. Call me out my name. Get some new names. Don't keep calling me the same thing. And that agent stuff is played out. Do something else. Call me something else. But that stuff is played out. Anyway, we're going to get to it. First of all, I want to first go to a screen share and show you why. One of the reasons I do what I do. One of the reasons I do what I do is because there was a time when I read this article from the Moorish Guide. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some of this Moorish Guide articles. And these articles, some of them are retyped. But if anybody wants to see the original article, some of them in bad shape. But I can actually show you the article, but they're hard to read. But we had people to decipher them. You know what I'm saying? But the point of the matter is they all come from the Moorish Guide. I am not saying this myself, nor would I put this on Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Some of these are commentaries, but the point that I'm making, that is not me. That is not me. Let me answer a question before I go in. How do we bring all Moors together? Brother Medunecha, all Moors are not ready to come together because all Moors are not ready to agree on the way that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali moved. Watch what I show you tonight. And I guarantee you, people going to say, well, no, Watch what I show you tonight. I'm going to show you Prophet Noble Drew Ali words, and they're going to be some dissenting Moors. So it's not about bringing all the Moors together. It's about bringing the constructive, progressive-minded Moors together. It's about bringing the constructive, progressive-minded Moors together. And so those constructive, progressive-minded Moors following the Prophet, all the other people will come in. All the other people. And the other people I'm talking about is the next generation, the babies, the teenagers, the young adults. They will come in. All we got to do. All we got to do is get together with progressive, sound-minded people. And this was the purpose. This is the purpose that I created the virtual Moorish Science Temple of America. So we can get together with progressive, sound-minded people across the country. Dedicate ourselves to fulfill the works of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That's it. Fulfill the works of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That's it. Everybody wants to be the supreme grand sheikh. Everybody wants to be the executive ruler. So I say, get with people that is progressive. And let's see who's going to get to the finish line of fulfilling the purpose and mission of the Moorish Science Temple of America. With that being said, let me show you why I do what I do. There was an article in the Moorish Guide, 1928. And this Moorish Guide article is explaining the Moorish Guide. It says, seek ye truth, and the truth will set you free, /Jesus. This was Friday, August 28, 1928. And this is from the Moorish Guide. The policy of the Moorish Guide shall be these. We shall talk plainly. Now, let's interchange that with Moorish World TV. The policy of Moorish World TV shall be these. We shall talk plainly. We mean to give no offense to anyone. We hope that no offense will be taken. Unless facts are faced, these can be no remedy. Do anybody understand what that means? Do you understand what that means? That means when we put the facts out, if you're offended, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? If you're offended, what you want me to do? So this is from the Moorish Guide, the introduction of the Moorish Guide. Let me finish reading. Now, like I said, I don't personally attack anybody. Now it goes on to say, we begin by saying that the truth will never be told about a disadvantaged minority by the general press of any nation, whether that minority be racial, political, or religious. If such a minority does not express itself through organs of its own, it will not be expressed. The last time you seen a Moorish American Muslim who represents the temple come out on a forum such as this to represent the Moorish ideal with vigor, with power, and force. The last time you seen that. You haven't seen that. I will continue that. Sheiks, grand sheiks, officers of all temples, if you're mad, continue to get mad. Don't call me until you do something better. Don't call me. So the point of the matter is, I am in line with the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, with the Moorish Science Temple of America ideal. Prophet Noble Drew Ali wasn't soft, nor was he a passive. He wasn't passive, and this is where I'm at with this. And let me finish explaining. It says, Moorish God is the organ of the Moorish Science Temple of America, a religious organization of American citizens. These are the words of the prophet. But I'm going to tell you that Moorish World TV is an organ of the Moorish Science Temple of America ideal. It's not associated with any Moorish Science Temple of America. It is the creation of my mind, from my mind, of the Moorish Science Temple of America ideal. But the Prophet Noble Drew Ali says the Moorish God is the organ of the Moorish Science Temple of America, a religious organization for American citizens. Y'all see that? For American citizens. He's calling somebody American citizens, giving accurate information and true presentation with a wider view concerning its creeds and principles, recording the important events of progress of the community and country. It is an organization incorporated under the laws of the United States of America. Let's let the prophet speak. If all of these people crying about corporate this, corporate that, it is incorporated under the United States of America. And he said, somebody saying U.S. at that time, it's interchangeable. It's the government. It's the government. It's the government. It's incorporated in this government, and I'll show that later. So all of those that's crying about, oh, this is a corporate, it's not a country, it's a corporate. Well, the Moorish Science Temple of America Foundation is corporate. But we'll get into that another show. Anyway, the point of the matter is this. Goes on to say that it is an organization incorporated under the laws of the United States of America, which grant to any group of citizens the right to worship. The prophet is calling you a citizen again. Family, do you understand? The right to worship as they see fit and guaranteed protection that no molestation whatsoever tolerated by the administration of American laws. The very foundation of worship under his own vine and fig tree. This is for the people that choose to say that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali is adverse to working within the construct of the United States of America and the American law or the U.S. Now, brother, El-Bay, I can give you the link and you can come in here and you can prove your point. Because you following something. Let me finish the presentation, but you following something that is foreign. That is not the prophet's doctrine. And as I go through, you're going to see that the U.S., as spoken by the prophet Noble Drew Ali, United States of America, Americans, U.S. national, all are interchangeable. All are interchangeable when you read the full doctrine of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Not when somebody take a sound bite, somebody take a few sentences. We're talking about read the full thing, and you'll see that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was not adverse to working within the construct known as the United States, the American government. And I'm about to prove it. Now, these are Prophet Noble Drew Ali words. If you want to disprove me, you have to bring me Prophet Noble Drew Ali words without interpretation. You have to, because I'm not interpreting this. You have to bring me Prophet Noble Drew Ali words without interpretation. You can't bring me Taj's interpretation of Prophet Noble Drew Ali words. You have to bring me Prophet Noble Drew Ali words. Period, point blank. So, give me a second. Let me get this. Let me get this. The prophet brought us everything. Absolutely, family. Absolutely. Let me finish. I'm not going to let you distract me because I want to get this to the people. You can get some questions. I'm going to let you call. And I got a few slides. I got about 10 slides. Check this out. So it goes on to say that it is the organization incorporated under the laws of the United States of America. Now, whether you say U.S. or whether you say United States of America, come on, brother. We comparing oranges and tangerines now. A religious organization of American citizens, giving accurate information and true presentation. Anyway, it goes on to say it is an organization. The guide shall endeavor to confine its attention to matters that pertain to the field of endeavor, religious, social, and warranted things that pertain to the economic conditions of its people. It shall maintain the personal privilege to speak about those things of vital importance to the people. Cut it off. Let me see. Did I cut it off? There it is. Of vital importance to the people. Hold up. Things that are vital importance to the people, truthfully, candidly, and fearlessly. Do you hear that? Moorish World TV shall endeavor to confine its attention to matters that pertain to the field of endeavor, religious, social, and when warranted, things that pertain to economic conditions of its people. It shall ever maintain the high personal privilege to speak about things, those things that are of vital importance, truthfully, candidly, and fearlessly. Now, let me tell you again. Moorish World TV will speak about things truthfully, candidly, and fearlessly. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let me look at the question. 1928, the temple was under common law era. After the prophet trade form, you have a new deal of the land. Brother, the prophet is a universal. What the prophet spoke is spirit. What I'm telling you, what he did was lay a prophecy down that you must fulfill. We can't measure ourselves by Europeans and their new deal. We're giving these Europeans too much power, man. We need to get together in a closed room and understand how to fulfill this prophecy as laid down by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, instead of giving this prophet, giving these Europeans all of this power. Talking about they got a new deal, so now they new deal supersede the lessons of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Have we lost that daggone mind? Have we lost our mind because they created a new deal? Now the new deal supersedes a holy and divine prophet. God dang it, you done lost your damn mind. Excuse my expression. You done gone crazy. A new deal can supersede a holy and divine prophet. Are you serious? Are you serious? What has gotten into us that we believe that a European can supersede the natures, the divine power of God that sent us a divine Savior? We have lost our everlasting mind. Them Europeans ain't that powerful to create a new law or a common era and a new deal to supersede the universal example as laid down by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Wake up and understand what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought so we can implement it. So we can implement it. You have just ruled out the infinite power of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, or a law by the way of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. You have ruled it out. We've been teaching, we've been learning, we've been studying under the wrong people. We have been studying under the wrong people. If the Prophet Noble Drew Ali is a prophet, a universal prophet, what he says is infinite. From the everlasting days of the past into the everlasting days of the future. The Europeans cannot change that. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali makes a statement that I was set up to go a certain way, and I must go that way. Meaning, when he go that way, it cannot be changed. Not by a new deal, not by a new nothing. But you haven't studied the Prophet Noble Drew Ali enough to understand what he laid down. So you gave the power to a European with a new deal. Come on, man. You can't give the power to you. How much longer are we going to give the power to the European? Family, the republic form of government has never left. It is still here. It is still here. The republic form of government has never left. The democratic form of government is a misnomer. It's not official. They call it that. It's not official on the books. They call it a democratic government. It's not a democratic. It's for the republic for which it stands. Brother, stop falling for the okie doke. The Republican form of government is here right now. I don't have time to prove that to you because that ain't what the show is about. But I can prove that to you. The government, the Republican form of government haven't gone nowhere. They begin to call it a democratic government with the coming of the Democratic Party. The Republican form of government is here. Come on, man. We got to wake up. Anyway, let's go to the next step. Got to wake up. First of all, when we look at, I think I'm about to share this with you. When we look at the Republican form of government, family, what exactly are we talking about? What exactly are we talking about? I think I'm going to have to share this to give you the definition of republic form of government. Listen, family, let's not make this complicated. If we want to learn the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, we cannot use the filter of other people. We cannot use the filter of other people. Anyway, we're going to look at a dictionary real quick. Because the Republican form of government is still here. And I'm going to prove it to you right now. We got some time. A Republican form of government, a republic, a state in which supreme power rests on the bodies of the citizens, entitled to vote, and it's exercised by a representative chosen directly or indirectly from them. That's how this government works. That's how it works. That's how this government works. A state in which the supreme power rests in the body of the citizens. This is why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali puts so much emphasis on you being a citizen, so you can embrace the power that comes with being a citizen. Entitled to vote and is exercised by a representative chosen directly or indirectly from them. Do you know what a Republican form of government is? This is a Republican form of government. Now, I am going to look up Democrat. I know what Democrat is. But that is not what this government is. It's been set up as a republic, and it has been ever since. But a democratic form of government, the democratic form of government, by definition it is, but not on paper and not as inception. It has been accepted as a Republican form of government, and it continues to be with a democratic composition represented by the Democratic Party. Now we're going to look at Democrat. And you'll see it's not too far different. We're going to see that it's not too far different from a Republican. You're going to see, but this is not a democratic form of government. This is not. It works, it works as a democracy, if you will, but officially, it has never changed from a republic. Never. Not officially. You fell for the okie doke. But let me share it to you. Let me share it with you. Okay. So we're going to look at democracy. Government by people, a form of government in which the supreme power is vested in the people and exercised directly by them or by their elected agents under free electoral system. So the point of the matter is, in a sense, it is a democratic, but it's not officially a democratic government. It's always been a republic. It's never changed. It's never changed. It has never changed from a republic form of government. Never. Just because people came on the scene calling themselves Democrats and they say this is a democratic form of government, officially on paper, it's never changed. Now, you would have to show me where they put the amendment or they voted into Congress that this is a democratic form of government. It doesn't exist. But I ain't answering no more of those questions. We're going to get to the lesson. We're going to get to the lesson. Now, the reason why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali has instructed us to take our place in the affairs of men. The reason why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali has instructed us to take our place in the affairs of men was for the reason that I explained to you what a Republican form of government is. The Republican form of government, regardless of what El Bay say or anybody else say, the purpose of the Republican form of government is to give the citizens the power. It's to give the citizens the power. The purpose of a democracy is also to give the citizens the power, although the Democratic Party manipulates the process, as well as the Republicans do too. They manipulate the process. Now check this out. See, here we go. This brother gonna ask me, what law makes a Moor a citizen? There is no law that makes a Moor a citizen. The universal law is that when you're born on a certain landmass, I'm gonna get into that in a minute. I'm not gonna let y'all disturb me. Anyway, so what the Prophet was trying to do is show us how to regain our vast estate. And the way that you do that is participating and becoming a active role in your liberation by the way of putting, what should I say, exacting your power as a citizen. So you'll see right here, this is the Prophet. State Representative George Blackwell will show his appreciation to many friends who supported him so loyally during a recent election by giving them a free picnic. The Prophet wasn't getting all caught up that a picnic means pick a nigga. He wasn't getting caught up in that. He was using basic everyday language to communicate with people. August 26th out at Robbins. This will be an old-fashioned picnic where everybody can enjoy themselves as never before. There will be the best speakers of the day who will inform the crowd about matters of importance. Various kinds of contests will be engaged, and those who like such sports. Mr. Blackwell especially invite his fellow members of the Moorish Science Temple to come and enjoy themselves. That is an article from the Moorish Guide, whereas though now that's not the Prophet speaking, there was an announcement for the Moors to attend the meeting for Blackwell. Why? Because the Moors helped elect Blackwell into office. Listen, there were several prominent figures who were present at the first annual convention of the Moorish Science Temple of America, such as the Honorable George W. Blackwell, state representative and a strong member of the temple. He reportedly explained the economic situation as it relates to Moorish American. Family, if the Prophet was so adverse with dealing with the political landscape and becoming an active participant in it, why would he put the Moors to vote and assist in getting a brother like George Blackwell into office. We are just getting started. We just getting started. You know, when you start talking about Prophet Noble Drew Ali, know what you're talking about. Because he helped this brother Blackwell to get into office by votes of the Moors. This is the cafeteria. We'll skip that. Now, this is an editorial from the Moorish Guide, 1928. This is the same 1928 Moorish Guide. Now, when they're talking about politics, this is a editorial about politics. It says, in the matter of electing a congressman for the 1st Congressional District of Illinois in the presidential election, the prophet was talking about electing somebody for president. This was the reason why the prophet Noble Drew Ali makes the statement. He says, know of your citizenship, and I'm paraphrasing, that's why I stopped. And let me paraphrase. Know about your citizens so you can cast a free national ballot at the poll. The national ballot is for the presidential election. I'm chopping it up a little bit. But the national ballot is for the presidential election. The prophet Noble Drew Ali said, I want in. The prophet Noble Drew Ali wasn't doing what these other Moors doing. He was setting up things to get in. He was setting up things to get in and to take control of. Let's get it. Maybe y'all ain't get it yet, but we're going to get through the whole thing tonight. Maybe y'all ain't get it yet. So, as I said, this is the words of the prophet Noble Drew Ali. In the matter of electing a congressman, the prophet Noble Drew Ali had a congressman elected for the 1st Congressional District in Illinois, and the presidential election will be found. Such political activity has not been seen for many a year. To the thousands of members of the Moorish Science Temple of America will these matters be discussed at length. The opportunity to elect one to Congress whose interests in matters that are close and dear to us now present itself. Stop for a minute, one more again. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he literally chose people that ideals was consistent with the ideal of the Moorish American. Now, this is civics. This is Moorish science civics according to the teachings of the prophet Noble Drew Ali. This is not history and civic class. This is history and Moorish science, civics, and history according to the prophet Noble Drew Ali with proof. With proof. Now, you don't have to move like the prophet, but I'm giving you proof that the prophet was no different than an Italian nation here in America exacting their citizenship to bring things back to the Italian people here in America. They were doing no different than what the Chinese or the Korean people were doing, putting somebody in position to bring home the goods. This is proof. This is not interpretation. This is proof. You know what I mean? This is what I've been waiting for. My job ain't to try to make y'all think I just want to cause controversy with some Taj or somebody. This is what I'm talking about. It says the opportunity to elect one to Congress whose interests in matters that are close and dear to us now present itself. Notwithstanding the fact, let me close that out. Notwithstanding the fact that we were much disappointed when for some reason not known to be our choice, which is the choice of the district of the person of Alderman Lewis B. Anderson, was not selected as representative for Congress. The Moors wanted Lewis B. Anderson to be selected for Congress, but he wasn't. But nevertheless, he still got into office. We still feel that he is the only logical one to represent the people of this district. We're talking civics, Moorish science. Now, it seems that there are others that have been placed to be running, some chosen by the representative of the people and others self-appointed by members of the what? Moorish Science Temple of America, and are governed by the opinion of our present political leaders. For we feel that they know what is best for all. Again, others self-appointed by the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. You haven't heard this before? You haven't heard this before? The Grand Sheik ain't tell you this. The Grand Sheik ain't tell you this. The Supreme Grand Sheik ain't tell you this. Your leader ain't tell you this. That we should be active. We should be moving. We should be on every political front to influence the agenda in our local communities. They ain't tell you this. Some had church. Some just sit back. And some just played temple. They ain't tell you about this activity. This is what we supposed to be doing. This is what we supposed to be doing. So if the Grand Sheik ain't doing this, if the Supreme Grand Sheik ain't doing this, if your leader ain't doing this, tell them step it up. Tell them step it up. Because this is what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali did. And this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm doing. This is the year of the Moor. Let's go. Let's get it. Anybody can debate this if they want to. We here. We're going nowhere. Anyway, let's go to the next. Let's get to the next real quick. Here we go. Let's get to the next. Let me finish this real quick. Let's go to the next one. So family, let me stop for a minute. So what I'm about to read here now is the Alderman Lewis B. Anderson. I'm going to try to read it. Let me see if I can try to read it. Because this is the article. The article is speaking to Lewis B. Anderson being invited to the temple. We're talking about a politician, but the Moors had his back. The prophet just said that we wish that we could have put Lewis B. Anderson. It was our desire, if you will, to put Lewis B. Anderson, and I'm paraphrasing, into the run for Congress. But that's okay. We still got another guy. But it says, this is the letter coming from the Moorish guide. It says, Mr. Noble Drew Ali, Moorish Science Temple of America, some Indiana Avenue. My dear nobles, your message dated July 18th, in which I am extended an invitation to deliver the welcome address to the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America at the opening of the annual convention to be held at Unity Hall at 8140 Indiana Avenue on the evening of October the 15th was received during my absence from the city. I'm writing to advise that I'll be glad to be present on that occasion and date mentioned. Now, family, his name is Lewis B. Anderson. His name is not Lewis B. Anderson Bay. His name is not Lewis B. Anderson B. His name is not Lewis B. Anderson L. His name is Lewis B. Anderson. He was extended the invitation. He was extending the invitation for the open address for the first annual convention. Why don't we see this today? Why don't we see this today? Why? Last time we seen somebody in the political arena who was extended the honor to join the Moors at a convention, to give the opening address. The opening address, the last time. Anybody. 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 And I say anybody of Moors. The last time a political figure came into the temples of the Moorish Temple of America and was extended an opening address, or was extended the opening address, more or less, come in. When? When? Tell me. Please tell me. And I'm not going to cry about it. I say if it ain't done, I'm going to get it done. That's what I say. Let's go. That was Louis B. Anderson. Here we go again. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali, if the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was so adverse to being a part and parcel of this government, or part and parcel, whatever you choose to call it, we're not going to get into the semantics. Why did the Prophet Noble Drew Ali attend the inauguration of the governor? Show me your leader. Show me your leader who was in political affairs like this. They've been around for 20 years. Show me your leader. It says the Moorish Temple of America was represented at the inauguration of Governor Lewis L. Emerson in Springfield, Illinois, Monday, January 14th, by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. It was a busy day for the distinguished Moorish leader in Springfield, beginning with the breakfast aboard one of the special trains of the Illinois Central Railroad. Look at this dignified delegate of Moors, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, attending the inaugural ceremonies at the state arena. I think it says at the state. Look at the state arsenal building. Look like arena at the state arena building, and ending with interviews with many distinguished citizens from Chicago who greeted him on every hand. The prophet expressed himself as being highly pleased with the trip, and many courteous extended him by the military and state officials. This is the prophet's words. This was January 1929. It happened on the 14th. This is the 19th. He said it was extended to him by the military. Man, listen. Family, y'all got the wrong picture of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a delegate. Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a representative. Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a statesman of the Moors. Prophet Noble Drew Ali went to shut things down to show people that he represented a nation of people within a nation. All of this adversity to government is crazy. Huh? All of this stuff that we doing, clashing, is adverse to the temple, reverse to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And that's for the Moorish national, for the Moors that are a part of a temple. If y'all ain't doing this, man, don't tell me nothing. You ain't got much to say to me if you ain't doing this. If you ain't doing this, if the Prophet Noble Drew Ali gave you the example of what needs to be done and you're not doing it, who the heck are you? Who are you for real? Who are you for real? Let's go. Let's get it. Who are you for real? That's what we need to think about. If you're not doing what the prophet laid out, because many other people got this information. I'm not the only one with it. Now, it said the Moorish leaders attends inauguration of governor. The Moorish Temple of America was represented at the inauguration governor of Lewis L. Emerson. This is Lewis L. Emerson. This, the colonists, Lewis L. Emerson. This is the same inauguration he went through. And he was courtesies was extended him by the military and state officials. That is Lewis L. Emerson. Meaning that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a statesman. He didn't see these Europeans as bigger than him or above him. He was a statesman for the Moorish American. And he let it be known on the highways and byways, the political arena, etc. This is the Republican where the prophet attended the inauguration. Again. Where is your leader? Where is your leader? Is your leader doing what the prophet did? They gotta wait for something. They saying, hold up. Are they doing what the prophet Noble Drew Ali did? We know the Moorish nationals are not doing what the prophet Noble Drew Ali did. We already know that. I'm laying it out. But is your leader doing what the prophet did? Is your leader doing what the prophet did? I'm giving you exactly what the prophet did. Now go into your soul of soul and ask yourself why the Moorish Science Temple of America is where it's at today on religious influence and social influence. Because very few are following the prophet Noble Drew Ali. Very few. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh yeah, they're going to be mad tonight. Share this with your leaders. They be all right. Share this with them. Again, that is Emerson. Right there. That's Emerson. Right there. So, we go right here. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, this is a field open to strong men and women to uplift the nation and take their place in the affairs of men. Taking your place in the affairs of men is this. Taking your place in the affairs of men is this. Taking your place in the affairs of men is this. You see? This is taking your place in the affairs of men. This is being active, not passive. Active, not passive is not running up on police with a right to travel. That's being a fool. Taking your place in the affairs of men. Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches that if the European and other nations are helping me, why not you? It's your problem. The Negro problem is being solved only as it can, and that is by the Moorish National Divine Movement. If you have a nation, you must have a free national name in order to be recognized by this nation as an American citizen. Free national name is one name. It's not your name, Bugatti Elbay. That's not a free national name. I keep telling people. That's not a free national name. Boo Elbay, Khalif Elbay, that's not a free national name. Free national name is one. Moorish American, not a free national name. A free national name represents the nation in which you was born in. A descent name is represent the nation you was descended from, or the people you were descended from. A free national name is one. Name is not plural. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Some people in the temple don't even like this. Oh yeah. They don't even like this because they even been taught the wrong way. They want to pull themselves from being an American as taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But I got the proof. And we're going to bring it up. They're going to have to deal with it today. They're going to have to deal with it today. Somebody turned me up. And they shouldn't have. Should have left me alone. I was chilling. Anyway, this is the divine warning of the nations. It says the citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitution, are all one family bearing what? One free national name. One. That means the Greeks, the Italians, the Chinese, the Koreans all have that one free national name if they are citizens of this free national government. Those who fail to recognize the free national name of the constitutional government are classed as undesirables and are subject to all inferior names, Negro, and abuses, blacks, and mistreatments, colors that citizens care to bestow upon them. And it is a sin for any group to violate the national constitution of a free national government. The national constitution is the constitution that you read every day. If it was anything other than that, the prophet would have said so. And cling to the name and principles that delude to slavery, Negro, black, and colored, African American, Afro American. because it does not connect you to your ancient and vast estate. Prophet Noble Ali says, help me to save my people who have fallen from the constitutional laws of the government. What government? I'm depending on your support to get them back into the constitutional fold again. They will learn to love instead of hate. And will learn and will live according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, supporting our free national constitution of the United States of America. That is the words of the prophet. I'm not interpreting. I'm not interpreting this stuff. I'm giving it to you as it was written. Who wants to interpret? Be my guest. Be my guest to interpret. But I'm telling you that the prophet laid it out. There is no need to interpret it. It's right there. It's right there for you. So all of these other groups going to have to get on board, or they're going to ever be fragmented groups. I'm talking about the Moorish National. That is not Moorish science taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That is not. I'm showing you Prophet Noble Drew Ali, his own words. You be the judge. You be the judge. You tell me. You tell me what it is. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, we working tonight. Yeah, we working tonight. We working tonight. Now, here we go again. Prophet Drew Ali speaks to the nation. He says, if you have race pride and love your race, join the Moorish Science Temple of America and become a part of this divine movement. Then you will have the power to redeem your race, because you will know who you are and who your forefathers were. Because there is unity, because where there is unity, there is strength. Together we stand, divided we fall. Come, good people, because I, the prophet, sent to redeem this nation from mental slavery, which you now have. Need everyone who think that your conditions can be better. This is a field open to strong men and women to uplift the nation and take their place in the affairs of men. If Europeans and other nations are helping me, why not you? It is your problem. The Negro problem is being solved only as it can, and that is by the Moorish National Divine Movement. If you have a nation, you must have a free national name in order to be recognized by this nation as an American citizen. Again, this is the prophet words. It's not my words. This is the prophet words. Now, what is a citizen? Generally speaking, a person can become a U.S. citizen in 4 ways. First, by being born in the U.S., United States, and one of its territories. Second, if you were born to parents who are U.S. citizens, then you may be a U.S. citizen yourself. This process is called acquisition of citizenship. Third, you can be a citizen through naturalization process, which generally involves applying for and passing the citizenship test. Lastly, you may be a citizen if one or both of your parents have been naturalized. This is called derivation. Derivation of citizenship. I'm going to butcher that word. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get it. Anyway, the point of the matter is, these laws have always been the same. They've always been the same. They haven't changed. So when Prophet uses the term citizen, he's speaking to the same laws that are there. He's speaking to the same laws that are there. These are not new laws. The prophet looked at the same definition that you are looking at today. He's looking at the same definition. These definitions haven't changed. I don't care about a new deal. The laws of citizenship has never changed. And one of the laws is you are born here. You are born here. So if that's the case, that's the law that makes you a citizen. That's the law that when somebody asks what law makes you a citizen, birthright. Birthright. Can nobody make you a citizen outside of birth and the laws that already been established from the foundation of this free national government? Can nobody make a new law? Birthright. prophet's words. It's not mine. And then then somebody will throw, the prophet said, well, born here doesn't make you a citizen. But they read one sentence. No, 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 no. No, I'm not saying that the prophet gave you the definition of citizenship. I'm not saying that. When I just express the definition of citizen, that is coming out of the definition. What I'm saying that the prophet said, whatever I say the prophet said. Don't get that mixed up. I'm giving you the definition of citizen from the dictionary, from the political point of view of citizenship. From the political point of view of citizenship. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. An American citizen is a U.S. citizen. It is what it is. They are interchangeable, family. What makes you an American? From the beginning of our republic, the simple fact of being born on American soil has made one a citizen of the United States. Do I got the link up here? Y'all might want the link. Let me see if I got the link up here. I might got the link for you. No, I ain't gonna give you no link. I'm telling you to look it up. Look at the link right here. Immigration, firelaw.com citizenship. There it is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it, so look, what makes you an American? Stop trying to play the word game. We're always trying to play the word game. You know, oh, the prophet said American citizen. Well, let me tell you, U.S. citizen and American citizen are interchangeable. From the beginning of our republic, the simple fact of being born on American soil has made one a citizen of the United States. I'll say one more time. From the beginning of our republic, the simple fact that being born on American soil has made one a citizen of the United States. Stop there, up jump the boogie. What am I saying? This is why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said the 13th and the 14th Amendment don't apply. Because when you're born on the soil, you're already born a citizen. You're already born. This brother say, look up ISPO. That has nothing to do with the Free National Constitution. Has nothing to do. The Free National Constitution, if you're born here, you're a citizen. We allowed ourselves to be enslaved. But we know better today. We know better today. And because we know better, we should do better. Stop looking for a law to free us. We was born free. We was born free. Stop looking for a law to free us. We looking for somebody to free us. You free. When you born, when this country was put together, one of the fundamental principles of all nations is he or she who's born on the soil are a citizen of that nation. During the time of slavery, we accepted our position as slaves because we didn't know better. Today, we know better. If you knew better, you do better. Today, we know better. Brother, let me say this. Let me share something with you. We didn't lose our birthright in 1774. It says, in fact, I'll read it to you. I'll read it to you. But I'm not going to let you get me stuck right here. But I'll read it to you. It says, I'll read it to you, family. It says the nationality of the Moors was taken away from 1774. It doesn't say you lost your birthright. You didn't lose your birthright. You lost your nationality. It said through sin and disobedience. This is why the nationality of the Moors was taken away from them in 1774. And the word Negro, the prophet Obadiah Ali in context, he's talking about laws that was created to make sure that there will be something to support slavery on the books. He said the nationality, birthright is you born here, it's your right as a citizen. We accepted it. Here we go. Being born here doesn't make you a citizen. Have you read the whole commentary? Let's read the whole commentary. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Because, like I said, you can't read it, part of the commentary. You got to read the whole thing in context. We'll pull it up. I should have had it ready. Because people love to use that line. I'll pull it up real quick. But we know for a fact that as much as the prophet used that line, he also called you citizens. I'll pull it up. That's what you want to see. You want, first of all, I'm going to say two things to you. Matter of fact, I'm not going to pull it up. I'm going to say two things to you. Now, matter of fact, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. I'm going to pull it up for you. And I'm going to show you why I'm going to pull it up for you. First of all, family, let me tell you why I want to pull it up. In reality, it was reported that the prophet said that. In reality, it was reported the prophet said that. No one can show me out of the prophet's mouth where he said that. But in context, knowing the fact how citizenship is designated, the prophet would not be inconsistent when he says he's trying to get us into the constitutional fold. Nobody can show me the prophet saying something that out of his mouth. Everything I'm showing you is coming out the prophet's mouth. Now, brother, I'm not going to explain class of citizenships because here in the Moorish Science Temple of America, either you're a citizen or you're not. We don't deal with class. Either you're a citizen or you're not. That's it. That's not the Moorish doctrine. First class, second class, third class citizen. Either you're a citizen or you're not. Moorish American is a citizen of the United States. Period, point blank. Either you're a citizen or you're an outlaw. Period. And you're a citizen of the United States. It's only a way to be. Well, Brother Ish, I don't get into that conversation about the 14th and 15th Amendment because it doesn't apply to us. It doesn't apply. 13th and 14th Amendment, it doesn't apply. So that's not my issue. That's not my issue. Brother, I'm not making a gross error. That's not my issue. When you become a Moorish Science Temple, when you become a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, a Moorish American, I mean to say, you understand citizenship. You're either a citizen or you're not. I don't go with the European concepts or construct of first class, second class citizen. Either you're a citizen and you know the value of it or you don't. Period, point blank. That's me. But I think you're making a gross error because you must understand also that it's two things. Brother, if that's the case, then you should no longer call yourself black. You can never say you're a black man to me and talk about citizenship, Ishmael Bey. You can never do that again. If you call yourself black, then you must accept the fact that you are talking in gross negligence of citizenship. So from this point on, brother, join the virtual temple, become a Moorish American, and never call yourself black again. Because to this construct here, to call a person black is feeding into the construct as designed to keep us outside of the constitutional fold. That's what it was designed for. That's what it was designed for. That's what it was designed for. The term black, Negro, colored, Afro-American, African-American is to keep us outside of the constitutional fold. Anything other than that, I don't agree with a second-class citizen. Man, you just here existing. You just here existing under a granted privilege, waiting to be duped. But we ain't gonna get off topic. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So, in other words, what I found online is, as you can see right here, and I wasn't even looking for this. This was the brother Cujo, and this is the Moorish American National, who talks about that this is Al-Murak and he's not a part of this establishment, etc., etc. See that name right there? And I just found it online. I wasn't really looking for it. But look what he got right here. The prophet makes a plea to the nations. Let's read what that says. One second. The prophet makes a plea to the nation is right here. Not right there. Hold up. Let me get it. So anyway, the prophet makes a plea to the nation. Let me pull it up. I just stretch it out right here. I want people to see exactly what it says. What it actually says is that, and I already read it once. It says that if you have a nation, you must have a free national name in order to be recognized by this nation as an American citizen. However, he got this on his paperwork, yet how is he an American citizen? And to be an American citizen is to be part and parcel of this government right here in America. And I ain't talking about North America. I'm talking about the United States. That's what the prophet was referring to. And these are the seals I was telling you that they sell for $30. Got to get 7, 8 of them. In other words, the prophet Noble Drew Ali was speaking to becoming an American citizen, conscious of it. Because again, when you're born, that's your birthright. But conscious of it. Conscious of what it is to be an American citizen. One thing I don't get involved in, again, is the first class, second class, and all of that stuff. Because either you're a citizen or you're not. You understand citizenship or you don't. And what I mean, you're a citizen or you're not, if you don't even understand that you're a citizen, you cannot act effectively. You know what I mean? You cannot act effectively. The 14th Amendment don't apply to me. I don't have to understand the 14th Amendment. The prophet threw that out. The prophet threw that out. It doesn't apply to me. And you would have to be a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America to understand that the 14th Amendment do not apply to me. Throw it out. It's not my situation. That's not my situation. Don't put that situation on me. It's not my situation. The 14th Amendment does not apply to me. Not my issue. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how much reading you done did. I don't care how many law books you done read. The 14th Amendment does not apply to me. I don't need to address that. It doesn't apply. Let it fly. Let it fly. Now, guess what? Ish ain't bringing no proof. Ish, you ain't bringing no proof. I'll send you the link, Ish, and I'll beat you under the table too right now. In love, I'll beat you under the table. I will beat you under the table right now with the words of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. With the words of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I will use the words of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, but you don't fully subscribe to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, so it doesn't mean nothing. You don't fully subscribe to that. You don't fully subscribe to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So this argument is not even going to represent nothing until you fully subscribe to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We are going to get nowhere. Now let me show you what the prophet said. And we're going to do this right here. We're going to do this right here. Give me 1 second. We're going to do this right here. I mean, you have to subscribe to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali to understand what I'm saying. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm getting it up. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get it up for you. You got to subscribe to the prophet to get what I'm saying. And this is a fact. Here we go. Pull it up for you. I'm gonna pull it up for you. Don't be trying to put the 14th Amendment on me. That's what y'all got to work with. Okay, here we go. I'm about to get it right now. Now, if you can outspeak the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, then by all means do it. But here you go. Here we go. Facts. Let's get it. You ready? If you can outspeak Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you can get it. And you can quote Europeans, you can quote all type of law you want. But if you can out-talk this one, then by all means, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches. The 14th and 15th Amendment brought the North and the South in union, placing the Southern who was at that time without power, the constitutional power, body of power. At that time, 1865, the free national constitutional law that was in force since 1774 declared all men equal and free. That's birthright. All men equal and free. And if all men are declared by the free Constitution to be equal and free, since that Constitution has never been changed, there is no need, one more again, there is no need for the application of 14th and 15th Amendment for the salvation of our people as citizens. I don't have to talk about the 14th and 15th Amendment. It's obsolete to me because I was born free. Take that up with somebody else in a law class. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali set the standard. He set the standard. There is no need for the application of the 14th and 15th Amendment. What the heck are we talking about it for? What are we talking about it for? No. Check this out. You got to put it all together. You got to put it all together. The prophet says, if in 1774, the law that was created said that men were created equal and free, you know what that means? We was free in 1774 and did not know it. We were created free and did not know it. And then the 1865, you got to understand when the prophet is talking about 1774. When they put the law on the books to create a slave mentally. But in that same law that they put on the books to create a slave mentally, they also put on the books that man was created equal and free. Which one did you choose? You chose the mental part. You chose the mental part. Islam. Islam, you're going to get this work tonight. Don't come here playing.
Go get this work. Turn off that speaker. Get this work.
Now come on. Give me. We're in the 10 o'clock hour, so come on. Give me a little something, and then we can go back.
Hold on 1 second, Doctor. 1 second. You hear me right?
Yeah, I hear you very well.
All right. So this is the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is that the 14th Amendment makes one a second-class citizen. You said that you don't deal with second-class citizenship, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Black people are second-class citizens in America. Your denial of that does not change nor negate the fact of the situation. Black people do not get justice in America because they are on the status of property. The 14th Amendment makes one. The 14th Amendment makes one a property status. Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Can I jump in?
Noble Drew Ali. No, well, I mean, you're cutting me off before I present my position.
Okay, go ahead.
Which is very rude.
Absolutely.
So Prophet Noble Drew Ali, what he said is that the 14th Amendment does not apply to Moors because Moors are brought into full citizenship. They are born with the unalienable rights. So you don't have to have an amendment to make you a citizen. But there is a second-class citizenship because black people are second-class citizens. They do not get the same justice as white Europeans. It is an unjust system, and that is second-class citizenship in health, second-class citizenship in law, second-class citizenship on the ways and the life of being black, colored, Negro in America. That is second-class citizenship, and they're born here in America. They are citizens, but that is second-class citizenship, and a prophet has to come to teach you how to be a Moor, telling you that if you proclaim your nationality and your identity, you'll be brought into the fold of full citizenship. That's the difference. There is a thing called second-class citizenship, and you not being willing to talk about the issue does not make it go away. You have to be able to deal with there is a such thing as second-class citizenship.
Okay, now let me say this. The reason that the 14th Amendment, as you would say, makes somebody a second-class citizen is because they who subscribe to the 14th Amendment accepts that. The 14th Amendment don't make nobody nothing. You have to accept that and acknowledge that that's your road to freedom. That's your road to freedom. 14th and 15th Amendment is not the road to freedom to any so-called black person, any so-called Afro-American, any so-called African-American. You have to accept it for it to put you into mental slavery and, as you say, second-class citizenship. The 14th Amendment don't have the power to do a goddamn thing. You accept it, give it the power.
You're preaching right now, but all you're doing is agreeing with me.
You accepting it gives it the power. It has no power. It doesn't apply.
No. See, this is where you're making a mistake. There's perks to being a slave. If you're a slave, you get taken care of. The government takes care of you. They reward you with welfare. They reward you with there's certain perks to being a slave. You don't have the obligation to have to fight for freedom.
Brother.
You can be a Negro, so you can make a choice. You can make a choice and be a man and a woman and be a Moor, or you can choose to be a Negro. We all have choices.
That's the point that I'm making. So the ultimate truth of the matter is it really doesn't apply unless we choose to apply it to ourselves.
No, sir.
It don't apply.
Saying that there's no such thing as second-class citizenship. There is.
I mean,
there is a thing.
I don't accept that, and I don't teach that. I teach either you're going to subscribe and become a citizen of the United States and execute the power of your citizenship, or you'll be ignorant to the fact and you don't.
But you're ignoring the topic does not change.
I'm not ignoring it. I'm not ignoring it. That is not a Moorish science argument.
Americans are second-class citizens. That's a reality.
That's not a Moorish science argument.
Are second-class citizens.
Listen. I think we're going to go back and forth with this, so it ain't really going to get nowhere. I'm telling you that it does not apply. We need to stop accepting it as you trying to interject that just because it's on the books, it makes us something. Accepting it makes us that.
You just misapplied my position. I don't.
You said it makes us a citizen. It makes us a second-class citizen. No, us accepting it unconsciously makes us a second-class citizens in your own words. But I don't teach that argument. I teach get up out of that understanding.
The origin of the 14th Amendment is applied out of slavery. So you have to proclaim your nationality to break the bonds of slavery in order to come into your true identity as a Moorish American.
There we go again.
If you do not proclaim your nationality, then by law, by default, you are lumped in as a 14th Amendment property status. 14th Amendment just means property status and slave status.
Hear what I'm saying again. Hear what I'm saying again. Hear what I'm saying again. When the Prophet Noble Ali teaches that this 14th and 15th Amendment doesn't apply, that's what we must teach in the Moorish Science Temple of America so people can stop acknowledging that some law gives them power or take it away. We have to wait.
If I tell you that smoking causes cancer, if I'm teaching that smoking causes cancer, I'm not saying for you to go out and smoke. I'm giving you what the ramifications are of smoking.
But the 14th and 15th Amendment doesn't make you anything until you accept it.
If you don't accept your identity and your nationality as a Moorish American, by default, you are property.
Bro,
so you have to
I'm gonna agree with you.
Both sides of the reality.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Sides, not just one.
Brother, I'm gonna agree with you and keep it moving because the Moorish Americans, the 14th and 15th Amendment is non-existent. If people want to accept it, they might as well just listen to the show and understand that it don't apply and get up out of that concept. Period. Point blank. That's it.
Okay, brother. We'll agree to disagree.
I don't disagree with. I ain't agree to disagree. I say you slipping now. Islam. So the point that I'm making, family, the 14th and 15th Amendment, and in my understanding, it does not apply to us. When we accept it, that's when we are outside of the constitutional fold, if you will. You know what I'm saying? You have to be accepted of something You have to definitely be accepting of something for it to have power. The 14th and 15th Amendment only have the power that you give it. That's my point. That's my point. It only have the power that you give it. So if the 14th and 15th Amendment describes making a slave, you have to accept it. So the prophets say it doesn't apply. In other words, don't accept it. What's so hard about that? What's so hard about that to understand? If the prophet says the 14th or 15th Amendment is not necessary for our liberation, for our freedom, or for us to be a citizen, let's leave it alone. Just teach the people it don't apply. Have to teach the people it makes a slave out of you. Man, that don't even apply to you. You was born free. That don't even apply to you. Exactly. I agree with Reeves. The unconscious acceptance begins at birth. You're right. You're right, Reeves. You're right. And so all we got to do to reverse that, all we got to do is say, man, that don't apply to you, man. Leave that alone. That don't apply to you. And so my brother said, what about these politicians that are 14th Amendment? These politicians that are 14th Amendment, they are only the vehicle if you make the connection to open the door to get where you got to go. Unless they accept the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the concept of nationality, they are forever going to work in such a way that may not benefit the Moorish American in full. For example, Oscar the Priest. When Prophet Noble Drew Ali passed for him, Oscar the Priest, he moved on to something else. He really had nothing to do with the Moors. You see? So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. What about the politicians that 14th Amendment? The politicians that are 14th Amendment, man, you got to do as the prophet said. The prophet says that these politicians agree on something what we agree on. Hold up. If the 14th or 15th applies to us, then how did the prophet have Moors voting before the so-called blacks got the right to vote? Exactly. It don't apply, Crowley. Why are we teaching anything? Oh, the 14th will make you second-class citizen. It don't apply. If I talk to a so-called black person today and they say the 14th Amendment freed you, I say, no, family, you was born free. No, family. No, family, you was born free. But the 14th Amendment, they set the slaves free. No, family. Nah, family, don't accept that. The prophet said we suffered from mental slavery. And mental slavery is what leads us to do the things on a physical level. The 14th Amendment did not make anybody a citizen. It's unnecessary for Moors. That's what the prophet said. Again, I'm going to repeat the prophet. Maybe you don't want to listen to the prophet, but I will. I'm going to listen to him. I listen to you, prophet. He says, there is no need for the application of 14th and 15th Amendment. Do you know what that means? Application means you are using it. It's not making you anything. Application means you are applying it. There is no need for the application of the 14th and 15th Amendments for the salvation of our people as citizens. Application means you must apply it. You. That can't make you a citizen or not make you a citizen. You have to apply it. This is why the prophet said the law in 1774 has not changed. It has not changed. This is what it said. The law, the 14th and 15th Amendment put the North and the South together. At the time, 1865, the free national constitutional law that was enforced in 1774 declared all men equal and free. When were you free? 1774 declared all men equal and free. When were you free? 1774 declared all men equal and free. And if all men are declared by the free national constitution to be free and equal, since the constitution has never been changed, there is no need for the application. Stop applying the 14th and the 15th Amendment to yourself and to your people. Because in 1774, it was declared all men equal and free. Stop applying it to yourself and your people. Huh? Stop applying it to yourself and your people. Brother, El Bay, stop calling hypocrites in the thing, brother. Bring the information. I told you I'd give you the link. I'll give you the link if you want to come in. Brother, El Bay, you don't understand. The prophet never put the Europeans above us. See, you saying the Europeans was freed in 1774. No, the prophet's saying that everything that was written and declared human beings free applied to you. It applies to you. It applies to you. I'm going to block you now. I don't do name calling. You got to go. You got to go. Bring your information. You got to go. You know what I mean? You got to go. Goodman, I will read the entire literature of the prophet. Tell me which one you want to read. Tell me which one you want to read. Tell me which one you want to read, Goodman. I'll read the whole entire thing right now before I go. You want me to read that? That what I just read from that excerpt? That's what I'm going to do. I got you. I got you. I'm going to read the entire thing right now. All right. Let's get to it. Let me get to it real quick. What was that? Prophet makes a plea. Prophet plea. Prophet plea. I'm going to read the whole thing so we can get it right. I'll read the whole exact thing. And I'm just going to let the words speak. Okay, here we go. Hold up. That's not it. Give me 1 second. I'm getting it, family. Here we go. All right. Y'all ready? Make sure y'all ready. Because they act like I haven't read this before. Make sure y'all ready. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Hey, Ish. Don't Monday night quarterback, Ish. Ish, you still a black man. Stop playing with me. You still a black man. You're not a card-carrying member of the Moorish Science Temple of America. You're still a black man calling yourself a Moor. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Ain't no L. Brother, that smooth talk don't work over here. I love you. But you know for sure that the 14th and 15th Amendment don't apply. It only applies if you accept it. That's why the prophet used the term application. That's why the prophet used the term application, because you have to apply it before it to mean something. You have to apply it for it to mean something. Stop applying it to your people. Stop applying it to yourself, and it don't mean nothing. Period. Period. And now, to the brother that says that the Europeans were free in 1774, the prophet does not put the European above us. If we are on these shores and the document says that if you're born here, you created free and equal, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's how the prophet is moving. He's not saying that the European is above us because he created a document that says you're free and equal. The prophet Noble states that if that is the law of the land, the law must live. Enforce it. Brother, you don't know what I'm teaching, brother. Get the link and come on over here before I block you. You don't know nothing about Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I gave you every proof you need. Every proof you need. You know what I mean? I gave you every proof you need. I gave you every proof you need what the prophet said. And now, ain't nobody locked in emotion. Come on, Ish, man, you crazy, man. You get out of here, man. I'm gonna block you two talking crazy. Get out of here. I'm emotional. Emotional? Brother, that smooth talk don't work with me. It work. I love you, but that smooth talk don't work with me. You got to come with proof. And I just showed you what the prophet said. If you can outsmart the prophet, then hey, then be the prophet. Bring us the liberation. You know what I mean? Bring us the liberation. Organize some people. If you ain't organizing those people, you ain't talking slick to me. You know what I mean? This ain't the day of the scholar no more. This is the day of the worker. Yeah, this is the day of the worker. This ain't the day of the scholar. Now, let's get it. Again, Prophet Noble Drew Ali says this. And I'm going to read the entire thing. Because my brother, let me get it real quick. This is the divine warning from the prophet. Now, the brother said read the whole thing. I really don't want to read the whole thing because we're running out of time. But listen, the citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitution, are of all one family, bearing one free national name. Let's stop. Who are the citizens in a free national government are we talking about? And what is their constitution is the prophet talking about? And what is that one free national name? He said, one family bearing one free national name. What is that one free national name? Those who fail to recognize the free national name, not names, the free national name of their constitutional government are classed as undesirables and are subject to all the inferior names and mistreatments, etc., etc. He says, I go on to say, how the prophet was prepared by the great God to warn my people to repent from their sinful ways and go back to the state of mind of their forefathers. I'm going to move on now. Let's go on down. I don't know what part the brother want me to read, but I'm going to just go on down. He said, you who doubt whether I, the prophet, and my principle are right for the redemption of my people, go to those that know the law in City Hall, among the officials in your government, and ask them on the intelligent tone, and they will be glad to render you a favorable reply. What are you talking about? Going to those that know the law. He's talking about the application of citizenship, understanding citizenship. Again, let's go to paragraph 2. I, the prophet, was prepared by the great God to warn my people to repent from their sinful ways and go back to the state of mind of their forefathers, divine and national principles, that they will be law abiders. Abide by what law? And receive their divine rights as citizens. Citizens of what? According to the free national constitution. This is the same free national constitution that was prepared for all free national beings. National beings are what? Free national beings of the territory of the United States of America. This is a national government. It's to have a territory, it have borders. They are to claim their own free national name and religion. What is your free national name? Now, I will go here real quick. I want to stop and see if there are any questions because this is what the prophet said. He said, these names has never been recognized by any true American citizen of this day. Through your free national name, you are recognized by the nations of the earth and recognized by said national government. What is the said national government in which they live? The 14th and the 15th Amendment, but the North and South in union, placing the Southerners who were at that time without power with the constitutional body of power. The Southerners was without power because they had yet to join the Union. And at that time, 1865, the free national constitutional law that was enforced in 1774 declared all men equal and free. And if all men are declared by the free national constitution to be free and equal, since that constitution has never changed, there is no need for the 14th and 15th Amendment for the salvation of my people. So to the brother that said that in 1774 the Europeans were free, what are you talking about? He's saying that this doesn't apply simply because what was written in 1774. The 14th and 15th Amendment for the salvation of our people as citizens does not apply simply because what was written in 1774, that all men were declared equal and free. Why is that so hard to understand? Why is that so hard to understand? Citizen brother, do you know what a national is? A national is a citizen of the boundaries of a national government. A national is one who is a citizen within the borders of a certain government. It's not a national. What are you a national of? So the brother say, brother, why they still got us down as Negro, black, and colored? Because the prophet says, help me enforce the Constitution. We so busy following this willy-nilly weird concept that enforcing the Constitution is about right to travel. All we need to do is enforce it and say, man, being a Negro, black, or colored does not apply. We allowing this to happen, family. Finley Bay, we are allowing this to happen. We're not stepping up. We are accepting the 14th and 15th Amendment. We are accepting what Ishmael Bay calls second-class citizens. We are accepting Negro, black, and color, Afro-American. We are accepting it. We are accepting it. So when I hear somebody as intelligent as Ishmael Bay say there is a second-class citizen, and he reportedly said that relates to black people, do we know that the quote-unquote black people are accepting it, and that's why it is what it is? The so-called black people accept it, and that's why it is what it is. And Ishmael, he out of here, man. He out of here, man, because he's not making sense. It's not making sense. You know what I mean? He's not making sense. The way that we address the 14th and 15th Amendment, it doesn't apply it's not necessary for our people salvation. End of conversation. So when I talk to a person that's so-called black and he thinks that the 14th Amendment and 15th relates to him, I said, no, family. Let's move on. No, family. You were born free. You were born free. We accepted everything. We accepted the things that was placed upon us. We could have rioted at any time. We could have burned it down at any time. We could have been 1,000 Nat Turners at any time. We accept it. And until the moment we don't accept it, that's when it don't mean nothing. We give it power. We give it power. As my brother said, it relates to corporations. Whatever the case, my brother, the individual unconsciously accepts it and give it power. The prophets say the application of it is not necessary. Stop applying it to your people and yourself. Stop applying it to your people and yourself. It's the best I can tell you. That's the best I can tell you. Fact, Nagas. Fact, Nagas. Somebody tell you that something, somebody tell you that something makes you a slave and you accept it? Come on, man. We ain't going out like that. All right, let's wrap this up, family, because Ishton got me worked up. Love Ish, man, but I'm going up, what's the name, real soon. I'm going up Las Vegas real soon and hang out with Ish because he done got me worked up tonight. He got me worked up. I mean, got me worked up, family. Got me worked up. So now, family, we're not at odds with African Americans. African American is just a term that doesn't apply to a group of people. Africa is a continent, and it cannot designate a national descent. National descent relates to somebody from Nigeria, and he will come here and be Nigerian American. National descent will relate to somebody from Kenya. He will come here and be, or she would be, Kenyan American. They will come from Africa and they wouldn't be African American. So if they wouldn't be African American, why would that apply to you? So African American, we're not at odds. We're not at odds with people who call themselves African Americans or call themselves black. We are here just to teach exactly what applies and what don't. And it's up to the individual to accept it. I mean, it's up to the individual to accept it. But let me wrap it up with this. This is for those. They get me worked up, boy. They get me worked up. Look. So one thing I want to say is that within the Moorish paradigm, most people act as if things are missing from the Moorish Science Temple of America by the way in which they demonstrate. And things are missing. And this is why the Moorish Science Temple of America, as a movement, haven't been moving. This is from the prophet, the general laws, as said by the prophet. Listen, and listen carefully. Every temple and head is to function by words, deeds, and actions, imitating the prophet, especially when teaching a group of Moors, any group of Moors. These are the general laws. The supreme laws will be handed down tomorrow night. The Supreme Council will be chosen tomorrow, consisting of 7 men, tried and true, accepted by you according to their words, works, and deeds. All right? Family, once it was clouded as to the functionality of the Moorish Science Temple of America, most groups don't have a Supreme Grand Council. They abandoned it when the prophet passed form. The Supreme Grand Council was put into place for the express purpose of balancing out and administering the laws and what is Moorish and what is not. Once the Supreme Grand Council was swept under the rug after the prophet left, there is no way. Now, this is not reported, brother. This is not reported. This is the prophet words. This is not reported. This is the prophet words. I'll read it again. If I say reported, then I apologize. It said, the Supreme Grand Council would be chosen tomorrow, consisting of 7 men, tried and true, accepted by you according to their works and deeds. All right? The point of the matter is, let me break it down. The head of all temples are to give account once a month of all finances to the grand body and the grand sheikesses, governors, and grand governors of any said temple are to work hand in hand and intercede that the prophet is law. They are to know they are a part of the law and must obey. In other words, the Supreme Grand Council was put in place to interpret law. It was put in place to interpret the Moorish agenda. Once the Supreme Grand Council was abandoned, or so we thought it was abandoned. This was why the Moorish Science Temple of America, as a vehicle to our liberation, has looked like a church. Because we didn't move on the governmental principles as set up by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And until we set up our bodies, regardless of what body you are in, until we set up our bodies as laid down by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, our liberation will be slow to come. And that's just what it is. It will be slow to come. So, it is what it is. Finley Bay, it's up for us to change that. You notice how you write that? Why do they have slave labels on it? Because we haven't did anything. They have slave names on those certificates because we haven't done what we were supposed to do. And until we unite and do what we're supposed to do, we will not have anything. Until we let Europeans label us and we subscribe to them labels, we will not have anything. Until we decide that we are born free and we control our own destiny, we will not have anything. Stop waiting on people to do something that we need to do ourselves. Why do they have it on the certificate? Because we haven't united to do anything. It's time for us to unite and do it the way it's supposed to be done. That's not buying freedom for $300, $1,000. That's not getting recertified or what they call that thing, status correction for $1,500. It's time to get this work done. I love y'all, fam. Peace and love. Shout out to my brother Ishmael Bey for the contention. Shout out to all the people, man, that enjoy the show. I don't take this personal. I may seem worked up, but it's not that serious. Man, Ishmael Bey gonna talk tomorrow. We probably have a show busting some heads by Wednesday. Who knows? And when I say busting heads, I only mean figuratively. You know, I love my brother Ishmael Bey. We don't mind disagreeing with each other. You see how he still say calm. You know what I mean? You see how he still say calm while I got worked up. And he always do that to me. He let me get worked up and he say calm and I look like the bad guy. But I'm going to learn how to calm myself down. I'm going to learn how to do that. Yeah, he stay calm like he rock him a law smooth because I don't get upset. Now I look like I'm upset when I'm really not. I'm just a hyper type of guy and it's staying calm. Man, Ish, man. Go with that, Ish. Man, you remind me of these Moors right here, Moor. I'm telling you. Man, tonight, this is who you remind me of. Now, this is who you remind me of tonight. Never, never go. Down no more. They just slow mo. 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 They just slow mo. See, I be coming at these wars, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these wars? Because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims, and it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Ali, the founder of the Moorish side of the some ladies from across the border, you and your daughters, I mean your little followers, you all out of order. I ain't taking nada, nothing from you crooks. Cujo tarts of beer, I got them all shook. I wish Cujo would step up to get his rep up and get the head up from the neck up. You gon' respect us. An elder once told me, meet the people where they at, and you know it in the run, so you know you meet the tech. Let's keep it simple, more. I'm a simple more. Either you wanna talk knowledge or you wanna go to war. Cujo, I will drag you by your dreads till you beg. Detach your arm, leg, arm, head. Boy, you don't want these problems. I know the low well. The policy enforcers be the same ones you go tell. Go call them no names. Get on YouTube and say the little game talk stuff like you about that. And I don't forget how far I came. I never forgot my aim. I never forgot my ammo. I pray to Allah, but I still tie my camel. Let's talk about this knowledge that you think you have. Matter of fact, forget it, boy. Don't make me laugh. Down no more. They just slow mo. Down no more. They just slow mo. They gon' learn today, but they gon' learn today. But they gon' learn today. So now what you gotta say, huh? I broke the rules cause I'm a sheik and a Muslim and I'm talking about tools. Boy, you know the lessons. The tools I took to find and mine are inclined to workshop on your mind. You know about the hammer, make it a part of every part. And I wanna meet Allah, so I'm aiming at your heart. You're on a 720, I'm on a 12 step. I'm at the pinnacle of wisdom. So miss me with the threat, mean mugging and cussing, boy, it don't mean nothing. Not going out like Malcolm, I'm going out busting. But I prefer discussion, authentic for science. Charge to reach, baby, you know we straight line. Associating scams with the holy divine. But the loss is mine, but I'm just the same blind. And it's about to catch you at any given moment. You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it, huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Hey! Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Six million ways to die. True, right. Hard to reach. Got y'all thinking that he great. He teach law and civics, but never be the case. I never seen him in court approaching the bitch. But people who follow him, they do this nonsense. He teach a right to travel. I never seen him whipping. He pointing the way. But doing something different, and y'all been hustled and scared to admit it. I'll be making paid in fiat and call it fictitious. Y'all ridiculous, falling for the pseudo. The right to travel ain't even worth a Cujo. All up in Canada, quoting U.S. law. Deaf, dumb, and blind, boy, you just lost. Down no more. They just slow mo. Down no more. They just slow mo. See, I be coming at these wars, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these wars? Because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims, as it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Ali, the founder of the Moorish side of America. You looking at the throne, boy? Can't you see I'm on it? Look up, huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy? Can't you see I'm on it? Deaf, dumb, and blind, boy, you just lost.